Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. This time we will be studying Mandukya Upanishad. There was some high order because of which I had decided to talk on Upanishad. I said, all right, Upanishad. So we'll study Mandukya Upanishad. Isha Kena Katham Mundakam, then Aitareya, then Chandogya, Brihadaranyaka. After studying all these Upanishads, then we are supposed to study this Mandukya Upanishad. So we assume that we are all studied this. And we are all Shrotriya Brahmanishta. I don't know Brahmanishta or Brahmanishta, but somewhere Nishta is there. See? So, this Upanishad belongs to the Atharva Veda, Brahmana Bhag. It is the smallest Upanishad in size. Brihadaranyaka Upanishad is the biggest. Brihad, big. Aranyakam, Brihadaranyakam. The one which is to be studied after going to the forest. We are also in forest, same in forest. See? So, this Mandukya Upanishad is extremely simple for those who have these four qualities, which will study that. It will come in due time. Bhagavan Shankaracharya has written commentary on this in addition to the Karikas which are attributed to the Gaudapadacharya, who was the Guru of Bhagavan Shankaracharya. And therefore, although this Upanishad is only 12 mantras, it is further divided or expanded in 4 chapters. And those 4 chapters are, first is the Agama Prakaranam. So we are talking in this session, God willing, only the Agam Prakaranam. It is very beautiful. Straight away get into it. Bhagavan Shankaracharya has invoked the Lord. Jagratadi Trayonmuktam Jagradadi Mayam Tatha Omkareka Susamvedyam Yatpadam Tannamamyaham. Those who know Sanskrit, they can, putting the Alfonso mango over. But it is telling others, yeah, it is so good. And others are looking, really? How it is? It is so tasty. They are not tasted. See? So also, here, Jagradadi Trayonmuktam, the one which is not influenced by the Jagra Sapna Sushupti. This is one of the most important gift Vedanta Shastra has given us on our inquiry, what is called as Avastha Traya Vivek. 3 experiences we go through, Jagra, Sapna, Sushupti. So, Jagradadi Trayonmuktam, that which is not influenced by the waking experiences for the waker, dream experiences of the dreamer, and the deep sleep experiences of the deep sleeper, Vishwa, Taijasa and Prajna. Jagradadi Mayam Tatha, but all of them are supported only by the same reality. Then, Omkareka Susamvedyam. Now, this reality, which is supporting all the 3 experiences, that which is not influenced by any experience, is indicated by the Om, and therefore Omkaraika Susamvedyam Yat Padam. This is what is indicated by the Om. Tan Namamyaham, I salute to that. Now this is the prayer offered by Bhagwan Shankaracharya before he took up to writing this. Then the Shanti part we all know. Om Bhadram Karnebi Shruniyam Deva Bhadram Pashyemakshabhirjajatra Sthirairangai Stuštuvagam Sastanobihi Vyashema Devahitam Yadayuhu Swastina Indro Vruddha Shravaha Swastina Pusha Vishwavedaha Swastina Starksho Arishtaremihi Swastino Bruhaspatihi Dadatu Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Bhadram Karnebhi Shruniyam Deva. O God, let us hear something auspicious by our ears. Is it possible? See, mechanical translation will lead us nowhere. If somebody comes and abuses us, you fool of the first order, so how can you hear good thing out of it? Bhadram Karnebhi Shruniyam Deva. What does it mean? Are we hearing like the earphones, or we are hearing with understanding? See? When we put the earphones in our ears, something is we hear. We are hearing through the earphones. So are those earphones influenced by what is said? No. So what is meant is, every experience, we have got two types of experiences. One is what we hear by ears, and second is what we see by eyes. The world enters us either through the ears or through the eyes. Therefore, one of our Mahamantra, what I played in the beginning, Dekho, Suno, Mat Bolo. So somebody comes and talks ill to you. Suno, mat bolo. Bhadram Karnebhi Shruniyam Deva. How simple it is. Then, Bhadram Pashyemakshabhirjatraha, O worthy of worship, may we see something auspicious by our eyes. But how to see auspicious in the mother-in-law? This was the question asked to me in Calcutta by one lady. She said, Swamiji, you have to reply this question in your lectures. I said, okay. And I forgot about it. One day, I was talking on Dhruva Charitra from Bhagavad Mahapuran. And then she said, Swamiji, you have really solved all the problems of my life. I said, very good, be happy. Do you know how? I said, I don't know. I don't want to know. As long as you are happy, that's it. Why should I know why you are happy and make me miserable? So, all the Mahatmas come and tell, love everybody, love everybody. I was struggling with this for my whole life. I could do it with everybody except my mother-in-law. Now what to do about it? I just can't love her. See? Telling is easy, but how do I practice? So then, today's lecture has solved this problem. So what is that? She told me, today you told, with the authority of Bhagavad Gita, Indriyasya arthe raga dvesho vyavastito tayoho vasham na agacche tau yasya paripantino. It is natural that there will be liking and disliking for things and beings in this world. Bhagavan also says, I like my devotees. That means he doesn't like those who are not his devotees. So when Bhagavan also has got likes and dislikes, if we have got, what is wrong in that? Then what is to be done? Tayoho vasham na agacche. Don't come under the influence of our prejudice that I like somebody or I don't like somebody. Then how do you do that? Dekho suno mat bolo. Extremely simple. Bhadram Pashyemakshabhirjatraha. Then Sthirai Rangai Stuštuvagam Sastanubihi Vishema Devahitam Yadayuhu. May we remain healthy so that we can serve the society. See? Never retire in life. Keep yourself physically occupied with something or the other. Not because the world needs it. It is our need. Keep occupied. Once a person asked me this thing. Swamiji, your talks on online and when you talk in front of the audience, they are the same. There is no difference. I thought, how you will be talking only in front of the camera when there is nobody. I said, do you know, पागल लोग अपने आप बोलते रहते. We are all pagal. We don't require anybody. But how can it happen? I said, I am very clear. Those who are sitting in front of me live, do you think they are listening? So whether I am talking before the camera or before the people, effect is the same. Then why do you talk? Time pass. Life is a time pass. Don't make spirituality something great. We have to realize moksha chahiye. We are useless. Relax. Na kuch pana, na kuch khona. You don't have to get anything in this world. You cannot get. There is nothing like realization for somebody. I am going to destroy all your understanding. And when you will end up in nothing, the truth is revealed. See? So, then Swastina Indro Vruddha Shravaha, all these standard translations are there. Indra, may he bless us, and in the Pusha, the sun bless us. The sun can bless us only if we wake up before the sunrise. Those who wake up after the sunrise, they are born in the next life as Khatmal. This comes in the Khatmal Mahapuran. So, next time you see a Khatmal bedbug, Mama, Papa, I am coming. Lazy fellows, good for nothing. Then Swastinastaksho Arishtanemihi. May the scriptures remove the wrong notions from our life. And Swastino Brahaspatir Dadatu. Brahaspati, the guru of the gods, he may bless us. This is in short. And then Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. 3 Shantis. First Shanti at the body level. We should be physically fit. Otherwise, the whole life becomes a burden for us and for others. And for that, a simple technique. Let us take minimum service from others. You may be rich. You have got half a dozen servants at home. But that doesn't mean you should not work. It's extremely necessary. Physically, you must do it. See? In these 2 years, it was such a great joy for me. I could cook, I could wash the dishes, I could wash my clothes, do ironing, sweep the floors, clean the toilets. I have become expert, but not available for others. Okay? Swamiji, हमारे भी कपड़े हैं. Time pass करो महाराज. Therefore, we called our lecture series as Corona Festival. Life is a celebration. And when you celebrate, you don't calculate. Okay? Therefore, first Shanti at the physical level. Second Shanti at the mental level. Don't become emotional. On small little thing, crying, frustrated, all these people who have this Katha, Bhagavad, etc. I feel so pity on everybody there. See, then and the fellow takes, are useless? We are born here to celebrate life. Don't cry. Do you have something less to cry at home? यहाँ भी आके वही रोना है. See? And then the third Shanti is very important for us at the intelligence level. All the purpose of the study of scriptures is change your perception of the world. Change your perception about yourself. Correct your perception about the spiritual practice and correct the perception of God. Drishti Parivartan. It is for this purpose we study the scriptures. If after having studied the scripture, if we have not changed ourselves, is only useless. See? Now this example I have given number of times. I'll repeat shamelessly. At least one day by mistake it may click. See? And it is so simple. One man is son, husband and father. Has he become three? And who are miserable? These non-existing entities. The son is miserable because of the horrible father. The husband is miserable, dash, dash, dash. I have no explanation or experience, I cannot say. And the father is miserable because of their monster son. Where are they? See, what sadhana you are doing? All gods get confused. What is he telling here? I am not able to understand. See? As if it is a punishment. Khatam karo, khatam karo. Friends, get out of all these wrong notions. This is not spiritual life. So, Shanti, correct your notions. We are all leading a notional life. Get out of the notions, come to discover the truth. It is for this purpose we study the scriptures. The first two verses are Mangalacharan by Bhagavan Shankaracharya. Prajnanam Shupratané Sthirachara Nirak Vyapya Lokan Bhunktva Bhogan Stavishtan Pudarapi Dishanno Bhasitan Kamajanyan Pitva Sarvan Visheshan Swapati Madurabhung Mayaya Bhojayannaha Maya Sankyam Turiyam Paramamrutamajam Brahmayatannatosmi. I am chanting it just to impress upon you. There is no other purpose. Oh, Swamiji knows Sanskrit. That's unless we maintain our value, nobody will listen to us. See? So, Prajnanamshu Pradhanehi Sthiracharita Sthirachara Nikara Vyapibhir Vyapya Lokan. In simple words, I'll tell you, the one who is illuminating the waking experiences when we come in contact with the gross world through our sense organs, and the one who is also illuminating the dream experiences, which are the impressions of the worldly things on our mind, and in the deep sleep who withdraws all of them to that Paramatma, which is the fourth one, to him we salute. Be attentive. This is at the causal level. These two things we have to understand. You are a husband or a wife. Now tell me, you are a husband or a wife as a Vyakti, individuality, or Abhivyakti, a manifestation? Think. You are a husband. Now, is husband an individual? Any fool getting married to another fool is called as husband. So, husband is not individuality. It is not Vyakti. It is Abhivyakti. So what is the real spiritual practice? Only know this. Get out of the Vyakti and discover the Abhivyakti. See? Therefore, the first verse what I read is at the Abhivyakti level, at a causal level. Therefore, this is a common experience for every being in this world. Waking, dream, deep sleep. This is the totality level. To that Paramatma, who is supporting all of them, to him we salute. In the next one, Yo Vishwatma Vidhi Ja Vishayan Prapya प्राश्य भोगान स्तविष्ठान पश्चांच अन्यान स्वमति विभवान ज्योतिषा स्वेन सूक्ष्मान सर्वानेतान पुनरपि शनैः स्वात्मनि स्थापयित्वा हित्वा सर्वान् विशेषान् विगत गुणगणः पात्वसौ नस्तुरीयः. Now from the causal level we come to the individual level. To understand this, let us take a doctor. The doctors have studied, let us take the anatomy at the totality level. They studied it on a dead body. But when they are treating, they know it is the same principle. It is not for everybody, it is different. Same thing. Same bone, same kidney, same liver, same problem, it is common. So their study might have been conducted on the individual sample, but it is aimed at the totality, the causal level. See? So we have to go from the individuality to the totality. In today's language, we have to go from the virtual reality to the actual reality. Husband is the virtual reality. Man is the actual reality. See, ornaments are the virtual gold. Gold is the actual gold. The gold can remain without becoming ornament. But ornaments cannot remain without the gold. In this manner, when we are able to recognize this is what I said, Yo Vishwatma. The same principle is at the individual level, Vidija Vishayan Prapya Bhogan Savishtan. According to the position, whatever bhogas come, having enjoyed that, then Somati Vibhavan, then whatever he imagines in the dream, Svena Sukshman, thereafter Sarvanetan Punarapisharehi. All of these waking and dream, they are withdrawn in the causal state. Sthapaitva Shanehi Swatmani goes back to him and Hitva Sarvan Visheshan. This is important. Be very attentive. Spiritual life is not becoming extraordinary. Most important. All extra, including the fat, which is put upon us, must be discarded. Spirituality is not becoming someone great. No. See, friends, clearly it is said here, Hitva Sarvan Visheshan. How much burden we are carrying about the Visheshata? I am man, I am woman, I am young, I am old, I am rich, I am poor, I am a Gujarati, I am a Kutchi, I am a Bengali, I am educated, I am uneducated, I am Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. One more, and spiritual. Maro ek. Spiritual. See, friends, spiritual life is not becoming extraordinary. Drop all the extra. See, we all have become somebody. Becoming is samsara. Being is Paramatma. We are man or woman. We become husband or wife. Samsara is for whom? Not for the man, not for the woman. Samsara is for the husband and the wife. See? One lady the other day asked me many years before, Swamiji, me and my husband are always on fighting mode. I am thinking I will divorce. So, have you come to me to take blessings for divorce or what? No, Swamiji, I want your advice. What should I do? I said, you are changing the problem. Friends, problems cannot be solved. Problems must be dissolved. Because how the problems are born? Because of wrong thinking. Wrong thinking cannot be erased by not thinking. But wrong thinking can be corrected by right thinking, understanding. See? So what are you doing? you are getting divorced. Then आकाश से टपके खजूर पे लटके. See friends, you are not solving problem. Exactly the same way, spiritual life is not becoming someone extraordinary. Drop on that extra. And how we struggle in our spiritual life by becoming extraordinary? Two things. Number one, we want to prove something to somebody. We don't know who cares for us. And what do we want to prove? And to whom? And for what? See, friends, never try to prove anything to anybody in this world. Suppose you are a Maharashtrian, and if a Maharashtrian is called that you are a Murkha, he will get angry. Why? Why do you underestimate me? I am Mahamurkha. In Maharashtra, everything is Maha. Foolishness is also Maha. You are corrupt. No, Maha corrupt. See, friends, we don't have to become extraordinary. Drop that. So to drop that, first step is, we don't have to prove anything to anybody. Relax, relax. कोई निंदो, कोई वंदो, कोई कैसे कहो रे, राम सांगे प्रीत बांधी होत जैसे होत रे. What do you want to prove to whom? Who cares? See? The second thing is, we try to justify. Actually, Swamiji, I was wanting to come for your lecture, but it so happened, my driver did not come. And did I ask you? Why are you justifying? Whenever we justify something, we are guilty. Guilt is a scar on the mind. A guilty person can never respect himself. As we should respect everyone, we must have self-respect. And the self-respect falls when we are guilty of ourselves. See, friends, therefore here, why I am expanding it so much, Hitva Sarman Visheshan. You have all the Visheshatha. You don't have to become someone great. See? Otherwise, we become, many years before, when I was small, I never used to understand when they used to write in Hindi, bar bar. They'll write bar and followed by two. That means you have to read it twice, bar bar. Then I understood. Shri 1008. Shri 1000, Shri. Extraordinary. तुम्हारे श्री कितनी? एक. श्री और डबल है. Isn't it great fun in this world? Where are we lost? Visheshta. See, I was somewhere in Madhya Pradesh. So one elderly Mahatma, he called me, I went there, did Namaskar Chamatkar. He asked me, do you go with your khada everywhere? I said, yes, toilet, temple, everywhere I go. Even in the aeroplane? I said, yes, they don't object. I go there. How do you feel? I said, I feel great. But why? I said, then only people look at me, otherwise nobody looks at me. Don't become extraordinary, remain simple. We don't have to prove anything to anybody in this world. Hitva sarvan visheshan vigata gunaganaha. All the sattva, rajas, tamas. Those who are professional satsangi in our Prempuri ashram, there are, most of the people are professional satsangi. Professional satsangi abuse also spiritually. I tell you how. This happened in Vrindavan. I was somewhere sitting, having a cup of tea, 3-4 people were sitting, people enjoying, ha ha, ho going on. One round figure came and landed And it was my mistake. I asked, Amma, how is everything at home? It was my mistake. I should not have asked. So I had to suffer. So she said, Swamiji, what to tell you? I don't tell anything. I am not interested in you. No, I want to tell. I said, okay, tell. I am to tell about my son. What? My son is extremely tamasic. This is spiritual abuse. Okay. Then your husband doesn't come. Husband, he is Rajasic. I didn't ask about her. I knew what is coming. But Swamiji, I being Sattvic, I come for the satsang. So these are the spiritual abuses. See, sattva, rajas, tamas. As if these three gunas are bad or good. Everything is required. If you cannot invoke tamo guna, you cannot sleep. If you cannot invoke rajo guna, you cannot come out of the sleep. If you cannot invoke sattva guna, then you will sleep in the lecture. See? But we get lost in that. So here, hitva sarvan visheshan vigata gunaganaha patu aso nasturiyaha. That Paramatma, may he protect us, patu. May he protect us from ourselves. Atmaiva atmano bandhu, atmaiva ripuratmana. You must have experienced this during these 2 years. All of us suffered, not because of anybody, because of ourselves. In this world, we suffer exclusively because of ourselves. We cannot suffer because of others. Suppose I suffer because of somebody, I go away, over. But when I suffer because of myself, jaun to jaun kahan? Wherever I go, there I am. Recognize this. Then only we'll slowly come to know, whenever we are disturbed, we have become somebody. How simple it is. Don't become anybody. Then you have understood everything. Bhagavan Shankaracharya Sambandha Bhashya Om iti etadaksharam idam sarvam tasya upavyakyanam vedantartha sarasangra bhutam idam prakarana chatushtayam om iti etadaksharam ityadya arabhyate ataha evana pruthak sambandha abhidheya prayojanani vaktavyani yani evatu vedante sambandha abhidheya prayojanani tani eva iha bhavitum arhanti tathapi prakarana vyachikyasuna sankshepatāh vyaktavyani. Now we are going to talk here on this Upanishad which begins with the word Om iti etadaksharam idam sarvam. And in this, the 4 things which I told you, now I will tell you. There are 4 things which are required to be established before we come to a proper conclusion. See, first is, who is the adhikari, qualified student for the study? There is no quota system on the spiritual path. If you are not qualified, you may come and sit and get bored. See, like in our talks, I used to always mention, I am addressing clearly those students who are having Viveka, Vairagya, Shama, Dama, Uparati, Shraddha, Titiksha, Samadhana, Mumukshutvam. To such students I am addressing. If it is going bouncer on you, you have come to a wrong place. Adhikari nirnay. See, Viveka, discrimination. Maturity of Viveka, discrimination is dispassion. With the dispassion only the 6-fold spiritual wealth, Shamadama, Uparati, Shraddha, Titiksha, Samadhana comes. All of them put together is possible if you are inspired to lead a high quality life. Mukshitva. Therefore, these 4 things should be referred before we study. So first is adhikari. Who is adhikari? We told you. Then what is the subject matter? See? subject Vishaya is the Vedanta. Now what the Vedanta does? Helps us correct our wrong notions. Be very attentive. In all other branches, one notion is replaced by another notion. But when it comes to Vedanta, notions are not replaced. Notions are destroyed with right understanding. Take for example, yoga. Earlier I was a bhogi, but now I am a yogi. Earlier I used to eat non-vegetarian every day. Now I eat only alternate day. Earlier I used to keep sleeping up to 10 o'clock. Now I wake up at quarter to 10. So we are only replacing the notions. We are all leading a notional life. We have to drop that. See? And therefore, the subject matter is these notions are to be destroyed with Advaita Vedanta, and it can be done only by removal of the wrong notions through proper understanding. So, subject Vedanta Shastra, Prayojan, freedom from the miseries. Bhagavan Shankaracharya says, as unhealthy person is only wanting to remove the miseries, dukkha nivrutti, in the same manner, these wrong notions are creating problems, they are to be rejected. Tatha dukkhatmasya atmanaha dvaita prapancha upashame sastata advaita bhavaha eva prayojanam. Therefore, unless we come to discover this one without a second absolute reality, there cannot be fulfillment in life. We all have studied Bhagavad Gita. 15th chapter, the essence of Bhagavad Gita. And the last verse, iti guhyatamam shastram idamuktam mayanagha etad buddhva buddhiman syat krutakrutyascha bharata. Krutakrutyascha, life is fulfilled. By what? Iti guhyatamam shastram. So in case of Guhya Shastra, Guhyatara Shastra and Guhyatama Shastra, this is called a Taratamya. Infinitive, comparative and superlative degrees. Good, better, best. So, Guhyatamam Shastra is best. So, Guhya Shastra is Dharma Shastra. Satyam vada, dharmam chara, matrudevo bhava, pitrudevo bhava. KG1, KG2. How long will you continue with this? See? Then we go to the next stage. There is Guhyatara Shastra. Guhyatara Shastra is we should do Dan Dharma, we should do Punya Karma, we should do this, we should do that, so that we can go to heaven and we can get higher lives. So in Guhyatara Shastra, Jiva Bhava is taken as real. In Guhya Shastra, Deha Bhava is taken as real. But when we come to Guhyatama Shastra, we reject both the gross body identification and the notion that I am a soul in the body. And we come to discover they are in me, but I am not in them. Then only Krutakrutyascha Bharata. So in case of Dharma Shastra, it is Karma Pradhan. Do this, don't do this, do this, with nishedh. In case of Guhyatara Shastra Upasana, observe these Ekadashi and Chappan Bhog. But when you come to the Guhyatama Shastra, there is no action, there is no doing, there is no crying, there is no asking, there is only being. Etad buddhva. See, recently, 4 or 5 days before, I was in Assam in a military camp. So all the big officers, colonel, brigadier and all, and there was one lady doctor also. She was in that medical corps. So namaskar, chamatkar, we are having a cup of tea And then she said, I am so tired, my mind is running here and there, sometimes this thought, that thought, I don't know what to do. I said, look here, first of all, keep cool, relax. Then I told, you are extremely highly evolved spiritual seeker. No, how I am so... No, listen how it is. You have become aware that your mind is dancing here and there. First step. We are not even aware that the mind is making a fool of us. You have become aware. But instead of encashing that awareness, you are investing in complaining. So don't complain about the mind. Work on the mind. See? Don't we do with our body? We work by the body, earn bread and butter. We work on the body, do yoga, go for a walk, weightlifting. Is working on the body to keep the body healthy. In the same manner, we are working by the mind, but we never work on the mind. Working by the mind is default settings, commenting everything, giving suggestion to somebody, even to the doctor. Doctor साहब एक हाथ इंजेक्शन लगा लो, बहुत दिनों से नहीं. अरे, we have to keep on talking. See? The more we become aware of this, slowly, all the reactions will stop. And then we'll come to know that mind is not. Therefore, this mantra which we told you, this mantra has stolen. I am Krishna's devotee. So, stealing is my birthright. In the ashram of Anandamayi Ma, on the banks of Narmada Ji at Bhimpura, there we have every year one retreat. There I saw below her picture, listen, Dekho, suno, mat bolo. There can't be a higher spiritual advice to the seeker. That is working on the mind. It's not difficult. I'll tell you something very subtle. Be very attentive. Try to talk to yourself without using any word. Chitta vritti nirodha. My mind is struggling. Don't complain. Work on the mind. See? But this is our habit we have developed. I should not say, but our neighbor's daughter-in-law is far better than our daughter-in-law. Are Maharani, when you know, why don't you keep your mouth shut? Like, when the ulti comes. And we have to say something. See? Then we are working on the mind. Like when we take food, physical body requirement, we are so careful what to eat, what not to eat. But when it comes to the mind, what is the food we give to the mind? Before going to sleep, all horrible horror movies and all kinds of things. And with that, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, we keep on watching all rubbish, dirty things in the world. And then in the night, we expect, oh, Swamiji, why Krishna doesn't come in my dream? What food we have given to the mind? Like we take care of the food for the body, we have to take care of the food for the mind. And food for the mind is Satsangatve Nissangatvam, Nissangatve Nirmohatvam, Nirmohatve Nishchalatatvam, Nishchalatatve Jivan Mukti, Bhajagovindam, Bhajagovindam. What kind of food we give to the mind? Therefore, Maharaj, this तथा दुःखात्मकस्य आत्मनः, the miserable self, Dvaita Prapancha Upashame, when the duality is conquered, transcended, Dvaita Prapancha Upashame, then what will happen? Then Swasthata, we come back to our essential nature. And our essential nature is being happy, not becoming happy. What we are all doing is exactly the opposite. We want to become happy. And for that, we are seeking happiness. Don't seek happiness in your life. Express happiness in your life. See? When we express happiness, we function through 3 channels: body, speech, and mind. So whatever we are supposed to do it happily or don't do it. But we are average people, like the air hostesses. On the surface, on the inside, See? Double standard. Do it happily. I said, don't do it. I don't want to do it. Over. This is how we are destroying ourselves. Hypocrisy. See? Similarly, we express through speech. When we have to speak, speak sweet. Anudvegakaram vakyam satyam priyahitam chayat. Bhagavan says, talk in such a manner that we don't hurt anybody's feelings. And we do not know how much we hurt others unknowingly, because our default settings are like that. See? You must have come across, there are some people, they don't talk, they bark. क्यों है? इसलिए क्या क्या अरे राम अरे बोलो. And when you talk sweet, lovingly, no bad word will slip from your mouth. And the third, we express through the mind. When you think happily, you can never think destructive. See? Therefore, don't seek happiness. Your yoga, your dharma, your upasana, they are telling you to seek happiness. Vedanta tells you, express happiness. Bhikari mat bano. Like in the temple, both the places there are beggars. Outside also, inside also. Outside are labeled as beggars and inside are professional beggars. And there they beg by bribing. इतना किया है, इतना करा दो. नारायण. Therefore, adhikari, vishay, prayojan, removal of the negation. Wrong notions. That is the prayojan. If some of you are reading Bhagavad Gita, there is one verse in the 4th chapter, 34th verse. उपदेक्षन्ति ते ज्ञानं ज्ञानिनः तत्त्वदर्शिनः तद्विद्धि प्रणिपातेन परिप्रश्नेन सेवया उपदेक्षन्ति ते ज्ञानं ज्ञानिनः तत्त्वदर्शिनः. There it is mentioned normally. Then the jnani tattvadarshi purushas, they give you knowledge. Jnanam upadekshanti. It is ajnanam. Knowledge is not in the field of speech. What is done is only what is ignorance, what is wrong, that is removed. We don't become divine. The wrong notions, they are removed. Therefore, Vedanta says, praptasya prapti. Na kuch pana, na kuch khona. What are you going to lose? Nothing. See, friends. And this all is possible only through proper inquiry, thinking. But we are all the victims of doing this, doing that, doing this. Therefore, meditation also we do. What do we get by sitting for meditation and closing the eyes? One place they asked, Swamiji, do you do meditation? I said, no. You don't do meditation? I said, no. But Mahatmas do. I said, yes, Mahatmas do. Then why don't you do? I said, I am not a Mahatma. I am a Chota Atma. Then I ask all these people who do meditation, what they get when they close their eyes and what they lose when they open their eyes. Meditation. Biggest bluff. See, friend. Like, प्यार किया नहीं जाता, हो जाता है. Similarly, ध्यान किया नहीं जाता, हो जाता है. Relax. Therefore, nothing to gain, nothing to lose. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. कहाँ जाना है? Where do you want to go? मरने के बाद पहले मरो तो सही. Such a great fun life is. We get lost in these wrong notions. Okay. द्वैत प्रपंचस्य अविद्या कृतत्वात् विद्यया तत् उपशमः स्यादिति ब्रह्म विद्या प्रकाशनाय आरंभः क्रियते. So this द्वैत प्रपंचस्य अविद्या कृतत्वात्, the duality, the samsara is the baby of wrong notions. Avidya or ajnanam is not absence of knowledge. Be very attentive. Knowledge can never be absent. So ajnanam is apurna jnanam, incomplete knowledge. See? The standard example given in the scripture is the snake and the rope. There is something, this knowledge. But what is that is not known. So incomplete knowledge. And because of this incomplete knowledge, then the mind comes and projects. There may be a snake. See, if we do not even suspect that there is something, there won't be any projection, there won't be any samsara. See, how many girls are seen by the young boys? Thousands of them. But then with one girl, that fellow becomes victimized. I think she has come to this Babulnath temple today. I have also come. Exactly the same time. Maybe Lord Shiva's any suggestion to me? And when this thought is going on in his mind, then Bhagavan said, yes. Shuru ho gaya. And then he goes and tries to talk. You have come alone here? No, I came with my son. Oh, son! Ticket cut gaya. This is how, friends, samsara is nowhere except in our mind. And mind is not. Manasam tu kim margani kritam naiva manasam marga arjavat. There is nothing like mind. Therefore, if we can learn the art of how to mind our mind, we have learned everything in the spiritual practice. Okay, Maharaj. Now, tatra tavad onkar nirnayaya prathamam prakaranam agama pradhanam atma tattva pratipatti upaya bhutam. Now, there are 4 chapters in this. And the first is called as Agam Prakaranam, where what is the meaning of Om? This is the most beautiful part of this Upanishad. Om. So, Tavad Onkara Nirnaya Prathamam Prakaranam. So, for the correct understanding of what is the meaning of Om, the first chapter, Agama Prakaranam is the original Upanishad along with the commentary is given. Then, यस्य द्वैत प्रपंचस्य उपशमे अद्वैत प्रतिपत्तौ रज्जौ इव सर्पादि विकल्पो उपशमे रज्जु तत्व प्रतिपत्तस्य तस्य द्वैतस्य हेतुतः वैतत्य प्रतिपादनाय द्वितीयं प्रकरणम्. Then, like, we have to first establish that the snake that is seen by us is an illusion, it is not real. Then we don't have to tell something special that it is a rope. Exactly the same way. The appearance of the duality through the limitations of the sense organs, mind and intellect is an appearance but does not exist. When this is established, we are not required to be told you are divine. See, one of the most important and simple spiritual practice is this: try, but don't do it now. Who goes to sleep? Waker doesn't go to sleep because he is not in the sleep. The dreamer doesn't go to sleep. He is not in the sleep. See? But we do say, I had a good sleep, but in between I had few funny dreams. Who says these things? This cannot be said by the waker, the dreamer. But we do say, work on it. See? So ultimately, it's all illusion, it's just dream, forget about it. In the same manner, Vaitatya Prakaranam, by proper understanding, it is proved in the second chapter that all the appearances which are gathered through the limitations of the sense organs, mind and intellect, they are illusions, therefore Vitata, they are not real, they are rejected. Then the third chapter, तथा अद्वैतस्य अपि वैतथ्य प्रसंग प्राप्तो युक्तितः तथात्वं दर्शनाय तृतीयं प्रकरणम्. Then when the relativity or the duality is described as illusion, it should not go further. Then the non-dual is also illusion. Therefore, to establish the non-duality as the truth, the third chapter Advaita Prakarana is taken up. And thereafter Advaitasya tathatva pratipatti प्रतिपक्ष भूतानि यानि वादांतराणि अवैदिकानि तेषाम एव अन्योन विरोधित्वान् तदर्थत्वेन तद उपपत्तिभिरेव निराकरणाय चतुर्थं प्रकरणम्. Then the fourth one is, there are many schools of thoughts which are according to Vedas, not according to Vedas. They are mutually cancelled by their own wrong understanding, and thus these four chapters will establish us in our divine nature. Therefore, one thing, we don't have to become divine. Second thing, we don't have to become extraordinary. Third thing, there is nothing to achieve in this world. Fourth thing, there is no thing that which can make us depressed and dejected. No. Paramatma is not dejected, depressed. He is ever cheerful, happy. Therefore, every moment must be spent only happily in our life. In this manner, these four chapters are indicated. Now, thereafter, we enter now the Upanishad mantras directly. Om iti etat aksharam idam sarvam tasya upavyakhyanam bhutam bhavat bhavishyat iti sarvam omkara eva yaccha anyatrita tri kalatitam tadapi omkara eva. This is first mantra, that Om iti etat aksharam idam sarvam. Om iti, so this Om is aksharam. Kshara is destruction. Akshara, not destroyed. Like when we write Ram, Ra, A matra Ra, Ma, A matra Rama. When we remove that word Ram, nothing is lost. The alphabet remains ever the same. See? Aksharam. Naksharati iti aksharam. How simple it is. Aksharam. Om iti etat sarvam aksharam. So all this world is indicated by the akshara Om. We'll go in further deeper tomorrow. So the objective world is indicated by Om. The name of the objective world is also indicated by the Om. Technically it is called as Avidheya and Avidhana. So Avidheya, Avidhana, Bheda is neutralized. So Om alone is the word, Om alone is the object indicated by the word. When the word and the object indicated by the word, when they come together, then the truth happens. What it is, how it is, that we will take in our tomorrow's class. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.